Hey guys, and welcome to Women's Wednesday. I have Whitney from the Green Report here with me, of course, today, and I want to see who's here. Something's going on with YouTube. I'm totally serious. There is a problem. Jilly, hello, Jilly love. Jilly's here. Jilly and
Hey,
Torstein
Jilly.
had a fight earlier, but whatever. We can work this out. Don't let Torstein get to you, Jilly. He has his own issues. Holy crap. You know, it's Torstein. Going south, in case you didn't know what Torstein is. Anyway, Sandy's here. Hey, Sandy. Um,
Hey, Sandy.
Not a lot of people to say hello to. There's so much going on, and everyone's watching Jimmy Dore, and I don't blame them because they're the stimulus package. Everyone wants to know the details, and I think we're going to keep it pretty short because I guess Dylan Radigan is going on Jimmy Dore pretty soon, and they have all kinds because I guess it didn't pass. As far
Oh
as I
no.
know, it did not pass yet. But it was kind of a shit show anyway. In my opinion, and I've said this before, the bailing out the people should come first, and then you can deal with all the other bullshit with the corporations. They're fine. They're fine. They're fine. All the CEOs and all that, the employees that work for them are supposedly their concern. Bail out all the people first, and then you can worry about whether a business even has any freaking business being in business. What do you?
Exactly.
I mean,
Well, I
seriously,
only know
separate.
it's like a one-time payment, and then they're gonna have to try something else again. So this is just a one-time. Here, have $1,000, which is like more than. Okay, wait. Which is less than what people need.
I
So
know that wouldn't even cover
rent.
anything. Yeah, hi Julie.
And I don't think there's any like
Torstein's here.
regional like differences. Like if your rent's higher in this state, I think it's just a flat rate of like
Yeah,
1,200.
yeah, or 1,200, and then some of the
1,200.
poorer people are getting less, and some of the wealthier people are getting less, which is fine. But why is it on both ends of the spectrum? That doesn't make any sense. It makes no common sense to me. Meanwhile, there was something about a secretive like bailout secret for 6 months, like who they give bailouts to, secret for 6 months.
Oh
Jimmy Dore
no.
was saying, and the first thing that I think it was Steph that was talking about, or she played this video, and they were talking about how um, the politicians will not let a crisis go to waste, so they're going to use this to benefit.
Mm-hmm.
So that pisses me off, and we have so many bigger issues. Um, I mean, the planet is primary, and we're gonna be screwed no matter what. But can't we go out with a little dignity, maybe just a little dignity? Um,
It's all about capitalism at this point.
yeah,
Even through this, you can see they're trying to push the markets here in the United States, and we know, like, obviously, the consequences of that are morbidity, and they don't. Obviously, there's a lack of empathy, or I
oh
don't know. I'm
yeah,
trying to be
economy
nice.
over anything, over the planet, over people. Economy overrides everything. Yeah, hi Sandy. You're not watching Jimmy Dore? I love Jimmy Dore. I'm sorry. He's that's where you get a lot of the details from that you can't find anywhere else. Book Hermit has a link. I'm not sure what it is. Torstein, we didn't have a fight. She called your guest Paul a pedophile because he had a polar bear on his shelf. Wait. Okay, don't do that. Just don't do that. Don't do that. We know Paul's not a pedophile. Oh my gosh. And yeah, let's not start fights in the chat, please. Because I love you guys. Um, chill out. Why are you so triggered? I don't know. I missed the whole conversation, and I love both Jilly and Torstein. So I just hope you guys can just get along. Because ours here, money can't save the wealthy. Yeah, in the end, that's not going to happen. TRC, hello to you. Yeah, the wealthy, they're struggling. They're wailing around right now, trying to figure out how to keep this thing going as long as they can. And they,
Oh my god!
at least the
Did
virus.
you hear about? Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say the virus is effective in keeping us from protesting. However, it's shut down
Mm.
the economy better than any protest to date has. So I don't know, what to make of that. Go ahead and say what you were going to
Basically,
say.
no, it was talking about okay, it's crazy because it reminds me of like plagues back in the day, right? Like they don't spare anyone. So this virus has infected. I know it's Britain, but it infected Prince Charles,
Yeah.
who's like 71, and obviously he's going to get the right care. If you're not well known and you're not a prince, you're obviously not going to get that type of treatment and you're not going to get looked after like intensely. But it just shows you that anyone can get it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you could be a prince, you could be
You can be a
homeless, you could be,
United States congressman like ours, Adam, something Adams. Right. No. The hell is his name? The do nothing freaking Democrat bullshit
um,
artist. But anyway,
basically these,
one of our
yeah,
legislators got it, and he actually got hospitalized. So there's that. I got tested for it yesterday, so go
awesome.
me. I don't think I have it. I have. Well, there is a possibility. There's, yeah. Our county has 3 cases, and I guess 2 of them are in my city, in my tiny little city. So you never know. We haven't been doing testing. I tried to get tested last week because my work wanted me to. It's not because I'm all freaked out and want to get tested, but my work wanted me to get tested. So last week I couldn't because I didn't have a direct contact. This week I could because I did have all the symptoms. I still have all the symptoms necessary to get tested. But yeah, I got tested. I was really impressed by how safe they were. Like, you couldn't walk into the lobby and just walk in. You had to call a number, and then they met you around the side door with a mask and everything, and they were in their full gown and face mask, everything, gloves on, and
Oh,
they
wow.
give you a mask, and then they take you directly to the the room, and so you're not sitting in a waiting room with a bunch of people. So I was really super impressed with how they handled that, which was great.
That's good insight.
Yeah, yeah, it was very helpful. I did donate all of my, well, not all of them, but all the unopened bags of N95 masks that I had to them. I was like, here, take these. You
Oh, wow,
know you're
nice.
gonna need them.
Damn.
So, oh
That's
no.
very generous in these times.
Well, it's gonna
You're
take
giving
all.
them like life.
I hope it helps them. I hope. We still have plenty. They were just open bags, so um,
Okay.
they won't accept unopened bags or open bags. So we kept the open bags and just gave them the unopened bags. Because my husband does paint and he's a mechanic and all that, so he already had a whole bunch. And then um, our friend who worked at the hospital had a whole bunch for some reason. I don't know why. She brought a whole bunch over, so we had tons of them. I didn't know we had them till after. I'm like, oh, these are N95s. Wow, valuable resource here, I think. Um, Hans is here.
Most
Jean is
definitely.
here. Just making sure I'm not missing anybody. Okay. Anyway, so it was quite the experience. Okay, this is the thing that pisses me off with the coronavirus, like testing. They are required, the doctors are required to give you the flu test and the strep test that you have to pay for before you get the COVID test. You have to have
Okay.
those tests before you get the COVID test.
How interesting.
I don't know. I mean, I'll know when I get the bill, but I don't know how much they are right now. Who knows? I mean, that's our system. It's like you get,
Definitely not free. Right? Like it's not
right.
free.
Like, am I getting charged for these tests? Because I know I don't have strep and I know that I don't have the flu, but you're going to make me take these tests anyway. Thank you very much. So that's our healthcare system in the good old US of A, the supposedly the best healthcare system in the world. So yeah, what do you think of that? I mean,
You're definitely
but the
not
COVID
the
test
best
is free.
healthcare. Wait, that was free?
Yeah, the COVID test is free to all Americans.
Okay, but then I have to make. they probably want to like in like good sense. They probably want to make sure you don't have like either of them. But I get it. It's like frustrating if they charge you for that.
Yeah,
So
it
you'll
shouldn't
see.
be. If that's required to get the COVID test and you're supposed to get free COVID testing, then anything that's required to get the COVID test should be covered. It should be considered all the same thing in my book. I don't know. Maybe I'm up in the night. I don't know.
Well,
Um,
greed.
it's
Well,
all greed.
greed
And then when Pat
is
Batman
good.
fan was on here, they're raising prices of insulin too. So they're jacking up prices of all other kinds of things to cover their losses for the COVID test. So
That's
um,
what I was thinking. Yeah, good
our
point.
system's screwed. Our system's screwed. It's it's just a mess. But anyway, I won't find out for 2 to 4 days. Um, and my brother and my sister-in-law just got tested today. So they're opening up the test to more people, but then at the same time, there's news stories out, like on the news this morning. I heard that there's a backlog of tests that they don't have the materials to actually process the tests. So they're sitting there in the labs, and then they could go bad and not be viable anymore, and then your test results may not be good. So there's that.
Which makes you think that we probably have an even higher number that's being reported.
Right, right.
Hey, odds. Or
Hello, who are you? Wait, um, I sent a link out, but I'm not quite sure who I'm talking to.
You're talking to Oz Harriet, Nurse Oz Harriet.
Hello, Nurse Oz Harriet.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Thank you for
oh my
coming. What did you have on your mind today?
Oh, all kinds of things. What are you guys talking about? Sorry, I'm running behind so much. I had a wonderful experience with our good friend Pat, the Batman fan. We did a show this evening called what was that show called? It was Sanity Uncovered with Pat and Oz. It was
Oh, how did I
terrific.
miss
God.
it?
Nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. So it's great to be here with you ladies on Dames of Doom. And so catch me up. What's been going on?
Well, I was just sharing my
COVID.
experience getting my COVID test at the local clinic.
Oh, you did get your test.
Yeah, yesterday. So
Good. Good. Good.
I don't have the results yet.
Oh, okay. Okay. So good. How are you, Whitney?
I'm good. How are you, nurse?
Oh, I'm doing terrific, except my mask is probably not working as well as they say it doesn't. So, you know,
So it's
I'm not wasting it. I mean, I've had this thing here for 100 years, so there's probably something that is equivalent to what's coming out of the permafrost living in this mask. So I'm in good shape. No worries. No worries. No worries at all.
Okay, well, we were talking before about the stimulus package and how it's not great and people are going to be very disappointed. I mean, we weren't talking about how people, but it goes without saying that people are going to be very disappointed. A lot of people are going to be very disappointed when they're looking for those checks coming.
Did
Um,
they actually pass it yet, or is it still
no,
held?
it hasn't. It's still stalled, as far as I know.
Still stalled. Wow. When are they going to pass it? Tomorrow? Tonight? What do you think?
I have no guesses.
Yeah.
I mean, look who we have in there. It's like
Yeah, they need somebody stand up like me and you guys in there. I mean, wouldn't you expect a quick disseminated stimulus package from us in this room right here?
I would
Yeah.
separate it. I would separate the stimulus package for the people
Yep.
from the one from the corporations and get the one for the people passed right now today.
Well,
Right now
yeah.
today.
From what I understand, and Whitney, Chris, maybe you can verify this. Didn't they offer the stimulus package to the board, the airlines, and they said if there's strings attached to it, we don't want it.
Yes, I heard that. Yes, I did
And,
hear that.
and doesn't that tell you, well, if they don't want it with strings, then they don't need it, right?
Mhm.
Right. Then they're
Yeah.
not that desperate to get it.
No, they're not. And to give to give those clowns $500 billion to do with what they wish, with only saying that, oh, we'll have it reviewed by an independent entity. What independent entity is going to review that?
I
Is
know.
that
They said they wanted to keep the bailout secret for 6 months.
what? Yeah, yeah. Don't tell mom and dad. I mean, really, for 6 months? So that throws caution to the wind in my thing. They're absolutely doing something that's. Can we swear on the show?
Yes, you can swear.
That's what I call fuckery supreme. I mean,
Fuckery is one of our favorite swear words here.
oh yeah. I just
It comes in use so
yeah.
many times when we're discussing the topics we discuss. But yeah, fuckery is a good one.
Yeah. Sorry. Actually, I'm wearing the mask because I'm really sensitive. I have this facial hair, and I'm really sensitive about it. So, um,
Caramel mustache shit.
I got it. So I'm gonna have my beautiful nose out here, but I'm still trying to hide this facial hair. Anyway,
It's all
aside from
right.
all,
We all get a little stash growing once in a
yeah,
while.
and that stash is definitely of something I'm very self-conscious of. So, but my legs are fine, and the knuckles. Graham Elwood helped me out with shaving my knuckles, so I'm pretty good shape there. So, out for justice. So what else about this smoke and mirrors bailout bill that's bailing out corporations are you guys onto? Can you enlighten us?
Well, I just think that they're totally interfering with the free market, and I've heard other people say that too, but I agree 100% where they're giving big corporations bailout. Um, that's not letting the free market take its course. So for all those right wingers who believe in strong capitalism, capitalism is, your company standing on its own merits, not getting corporate socialism from our tax dollars. We paid those tax dollars. We've been supporting, propping up all these big businesses with subsidies and all that for a long time. So it's about time that they just, live or die on their own merits and just stop it. Just stop it. We
Mm-hmm.
we should just not put up with this. I mean, if everybody and their dog is not out there screaming and yelling and hollering to their local representatives, their people that are representing them in Washington, I don't know what is wrong with you. But I'm sorry, the people need the bailout this time. We need the bailout, not them. And with the bailout we have, we can prop up businesses that are actually viable,
Mhm.
the ones that are actually needed by the people. So sorry. And sorry, Medicare for all, healthcare is a right. But the environment also, I mean, bail out the fucking environment, please. Please. Could we bail out the environment and stop freaking shipping everything, live locally? I we wouldn't be in this disaster if we all lived within a local system. We wouldn't be spreading viruses from one end of the globe to the other. Can I just say that?
Yeah, the rate is alarming.
But I've been preaching that forever. We need to live locally for our own survival, for the planet's survival. We need to live locally. So this just proves that once again, living locally will save you from this kind of fucking disaster. We don't need to go fucking on vacations across the world. I know you want to see these wonderful places. I would like to see these wonderful places, but people can show you those places on video, and you're not gonna spew out tons of emissions to go see it. I don't know, God, and I'm sorry. I'm just a little angry at the human species at the moment.
Well, nature is making a slight comeback, but I mean, how long will that last when we get back to, whatever status quo
And what's it going to
starting?
reconcile to when suddenly you're upping all the production of all the medical supplies that are disposable and being thrown away? Okay, so how is that going to
Mm,
end up in the end
good
when
point.
all those plastic gloves, plastic um, gowns that they have to wear for all the Tyvek um, hazmat suits, all that stuff that's disposable that they're just going to throw away. Medical supplies have already been one of the biggest um, pollutants, So what's gonna I don't know. I don't know. Where are
No,
we
that's a
gonna
good
end up?
point.
And
I didn't think about that.
yeah, people don't think about things like not in connected.
No,
I mean, people get tunnel vision, and it's perfectly natural just to focus on the train wreck that's right in front of your face, and not see what's happening all around you. You know, I I'm so frustrated by that. I mean, the coronavirus is huge, and I think it's a big thing, and I'm watching it because I want it to stop. I want it to stop. Um, I want it to stop the economy. I want it to stop the destruction of nature, and that may be, not kind to humans. And don't get me wrong, I have a lot of compassion for humans, and I don't want them to suffer. But I've been telling people not to have babies, and they keep having babies. Stop it! Stop it! Ugh. I don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna yell. I'm not gonna shut up. It's like stop having babies. Just stop it. You don't want people to suffer. Stop having people that will suffer because we know we're out of resources. We're out of resources, and we're making it worse. And now we have a virus because nature is trying to fight back, or maybe who knows? I'd like to think it's nature, but there's all kinds of other theories. It could be a biological weapon. I would not put that past the governments in different countries. So, okay, I've been told certain people tell me I talk too much, so I should shut up and let you guys talk.
I want to hear.
no,
I want to hear.
don't do it, Joe Biden.
No. I want to hear what.
My time is up. I think my time's up.
No, he's like the latest thing was like his. Okay, we all know like Biden would definitely be a better option, but like these are our options. Like, come on, like when he's like in an interview and he's like, it just kind of like it's so awkward and just like I shouldn't say that and
He's very
it's just
awkward.
bad response.
He's very
My
awkward.
time's
I
up.
can be awkward too.
My time's up. My
My
time's up.
my time's up. Yeah, I think my time's up because I don't know what the fuck to say next. So my time's up. But I
Whit-
think I said quite a bit before I said my.
yeah, I want to hear Whitney's. How when you start screaming, Whitney, give us an example of you screaming and f bombing. I want to hear you. You're so.
I've heard her say fuckery.
Yeah. Oh, good.
All right, fuck shit. There you go. There's 2 words.
That's it.
TRC.
Your heart.
Damn those fuckers. All right.
You're not supposed to touch your hair, nurse.
Oh,
Gene says.
I thought I was supposed to. I'm jealous because all the ladies get to do this, and in my true form, I don't get to twirl my hair. And this is
I do it, but I'm by myself in here, okay, guys. And
well.
I'm going to wash my hands before. I'm pretty much isolated. I live in this room and my bedroom pretty much
Well,
all
I think
day. That's what I do.
you should make a video and send it to Joe Biden how to cough into your armpit or your elbow instead of your hand. I mean,
Gosh.
really, that was on that CNN.
Really? You did that?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah, I did see that. Like, what are you thinking?
yeah, what are you thinking? And when he got called on it, and I'm sure that who was that? Was that Tapper interviewing him?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he corrected him. I bet Tapper's not going to get to do an interview for a while. He'll be in penance for schooling Joe Biden. But Joe Biden, he was here by himself, with his video team. They're trying to kick that thing out, coughing into his hand. So
Did you see
yeah.
his thing where he was trying to get someone to
Oh yeah, the teleprompter. Yeah, the teleprompter. Yeah, get that thing up because I'm having a hard time.
That was quite funny as well.
Yeah.
Hi, Choctaw Warrior.
Yeah, it's truly a sad day when you see that sort of stuff. But no, I'm with you, ladies. Absolutely, 100%. And thank you for allowing me to come on tonight with you.
You're welcome, Miss Oz Harriet.
Ozzy Harriet.
Ozzy Harriet.
Ozzy Harriet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome to the show, Ozzy Harriet. Sager said it was a trapper get back from 10 years ago. Biden did the same to him. Okay. Torsa says, many of my best friends are humans. My best friends are here. These humans I like. I like all you guys in the chat. I like all you guys here. Those are my best friends. So,
we're the chat family, friends.
you are. And my family, I don't want to see them suffer or anything.
Oh.
I certainly don't want to die, but if I die, I die. Whatever. Probably will be okay. Anthony is here. Why is it every YouTube I watch has an ad for Epoch Times? I don't know. Me too. I don't see the logic of it showing up, and even more annoying, a lot of Trump ads. I mean, I am a Bernie Sanders supporter, not a Trump. I know I get Trump ads almost every time, Trump or Epoch Times, almost every single time. Poppy's here. Oh, Poppy, thank you very, 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 very much for your generous PayPal donation. I really appreciate it. I did tell you thank you on the last video with my interview with Paul Beckwith, which I hope y'all caught. I don't think anyone's getting notifications because that was a ridiculously low amount of live viewers with Paul Beckwith. Actually, that's kind of thing's been happening a lot. I don't know if I believe the counts. I'm with Kevin, Black Bear News. I don't believe the counts. I think they're screwing with me, especially when you see how many people were chatting. The chat was zooming up, and yeah, there was no way I had that few people there. But yeah, say yeah, hi, buddy, and Pat the Batman fan.
Hey, Pat.
Hey, Pat.
I
I
can't
think
wait to watch your thing. I missed it.
no,
So
I think he's trying to get Jamie. Come on, Jamie, Pat's wife. I said that you guys are doing this tonight, and she has the link.
oh
So
really?
yeah, let's get her on. Hi, Jamie.
Okay, yeah, Jamie, if you want to jump on,
Yeah, please
feel
do.
free. We would love to have you.
Love to.
It's
And
Women's Wednesday.
if Pat wants to become an honorary woman, I'd love to see her too. So Patricia, is it Pat? Pat Patricia?
It's Patty Patricia.
The band chat family.
Patricia and Jamie,
Oh, cracking up over.
come on, join us.
You and Beckwith are awesome, but I
You
was
can
just
wear the
doing something else.
Halloween
I
mask.
understand. I understand.
Hold on. I have to.
She's getting ready. She's got to get ready. I'll probably have to go take a break to cool my butt down.
Yeah.
Go stick my head out into the 30-degree weather outside. It
Yeah,
is
can we talk a little bit about the Green Report, or is that off
sure
topic?
no.
Oh,
Okay, what's going on? But I'm the Green Report.
Yeah, she's the Green Report. What's going on with the Green Report?
tell us about what's going on with the Green Report. I know that I get to sit in a meeting with the Green Report tomorrow, don't I?
Yes, you, me, and Jim
Yeah,
are
wonderful.
teaming up.
Looking forward to that. That's going to be great.
I know. I'm really excited. So yeah, we're starting that soon. Hopefully live. Jim, Oz, and me, Whitney, we'll figure out the details, more to come, but we're definitely going to try to do something political, environmental, whatever, current news. We take the Thursday slot. Sorry.
Yeah, Thursday slot. Their
That
slots are getting eaten
that
up.
works. Chris Foster says,
Okay.
should I even ask? Chris, in
Should
case you didn't know, this is Ozzy Harriet um, joining us today. No need to ask. Hi, Osama. And let's see, forewarning, my hubby is an honorary man. My husband can be an honorary woman once in a while, but same problem with the face fuzz thing. What about all green the Fed is printing? Oh, yeah. Um, yeah, I don't think it would be that bad. Oh, wait. So, hold that thought. Bobby says 30 degrees. I'm so jealous. 90 tomorrow in San Antonio. I'm jealous of the 90. But yeah, if they were just printing money to help the people pay off student debt and all the crap that we got in debt for, and just not give the money to the banks and the big corporations and all that, let them stand on their own merits. They're fine. They're fine. The people are going to be there. If that stimulus would trickle up, they would buy things they needed. They would pay their bills, and it would trickle up. Trickle down never works. I think we've already learned that, since the Reagan years. I think we've understood that trickle up or trickle down does not work. Trickle up is what we need, and just stop it. Just stop giving the corporations money. Quit giving them help. It, I mean, God, they don't do anything useful with it. It's There's supposed to be more checks and balances, but I don't think that's going to happen. We haven't seen the flat out deal yet. So when it's actually passed, we'll maybe know a little bit more. But so far, it looks like the people who are low income are not get very much help. So that's kind of screwed. I still haven't seen anything for people who work for corporations of 500 or more. Um, as far as paid time off, luckily, update so far, I don't know how long it's going to last, at least until my test comes back. I'm getting quarantine pay for my job, and hopefully, um, I allowed a whole bunch of other people in my same position to get quarantine pay because I was the first one to step up and say, "Hey, I'm out of paid time off, and you want me to stay home or?" So, um, yeah, there's that. Anyway, what are your guys' thoughts?
Well, I got, I don't know, trigger, not trigger, but like interested, I guess. And like someone, Poppy Davis said 90 tomorrow in San Antonio. And that just reminded me, I went to the Weather Channel and there is a story how like the South is going to experience a heat wave.
Oh, already.
Like they're going to break records. So this just goes back to like climate change is still happening or like the pandemic is happening, but like crap, we're still, going into that warmer world.
The coronavirus is a huge distraction from what's going on with the environment. But yet, like I said, it's like that's the thing that's right in our face right now. That's what everyone's dealing with, having to stay at home, having to quarantine, or or having to decide whether you're going to go to work and earn a check or quarantine. All these really tough decisions. Meanwhile, fucking politicians are screwing about, how much can I get from my donors, during this, and how can I attach this to that crisis, you know, it's like they will not let a good crisis go to waste, and that's they're all trying to pin all their wants and needs to this bill, the stimulus bill, and it's not going to end up being a stimulus for the people. It's going to be a stimulus for corporations and social, what do you call it? Not social security, socialism for the wealthy and the corporations. Going to be there to help us. It's for all their donors that got them into office and are still donating to them. All the lobbyists that are pushing for the the corporations that they work for. They're.
So what are you saying, Christine? Capitalize the profits and socialize the losses? Is that what you're saying? I hear an F-bomb coming. F-bomb, F-bomb.
Fuck. Yeah.
F-bomb, F-bomb.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to show my hairy face. My mask is falling apart.
Yeah, go ahead. The jig is up. Oz, that was you the whole time?
Fooled ya.
I would have never, ever known.
Yeah, really, I think the hair kind of goes with the off-colored beard and mustache.
Oh, yeah. You look like a rock star.
Yeah. Rod Oz Rod Oz, Rod Stewart.
Yeah, Rod Stewart.
Yeah, there you go.
Rod
Definitely
Ozrod. I don't know how do you mix those two
Definitely.
names. I can barely talk. 2 shows. Yeah, today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hubba hubba. Her target or
Choctaw Warrior, 84 in Texas, and you no
Wow.
place to get a snow cone.
I'm
So
jealous. Oh, Veg is here. The show is not showing up in my subs. Same with Environmental Coffee House. What the fuck? See, I knew something was going on. Everybody check your subscriptions because I lost live viewers so bad this last week and a half. Like they cut in less than half, like of my normal standard average live views. Cut it in less than half. There's something going on and it's pissing me off really bad. And it shouldn't be that way.
Someone said laugh out loud, Joe Dirt.
What was that?
Joe Dirt.
That's Choctaw Warrior.
Is that a mullet? This is.
Oh yeah, okay. I know what you're talking
It
about
is
now.
Joe Dirt. Joe
Dirt. That was a funny show. It was Joe Dirt. Did you see that show? It has who is that funny guy? Little skinny funny guy. You got notifications? Well, good, Gene.
Going South was getting ready to propose to me before I took my mask off.
Oh,
Good.
dang.
I'm bummed.
Well, Joey would be pissed
Wow.
anyways.
Bummed.
Still subbed here. Good, good. Thanks, guys, for checking. I appreciate it. ECH was 2 hours past live, but I was just watching the video before hopping over here. I know I didn't even get a notification for Sandy's little live stream she had, so I'm not getting notifications. I was definitely there, still sub, but not showing up. Huh? That's weird. So not in your subscription list, and probably not getting notifications, Veg. That's what's important. You should get notifications. Jean did. Morning sometimes need bypassing. I was just getting ready. Wait, this show is not okay. Anyway, I'm getting lost in comments, and I've got a headache, so it's kind of hard to watch them. They go fuzzy. I start seeing double. I hate that. So help me out with the comments, guys. We have about. Oh no, I was gonna keep it short today because everyone is on with Jimmy Dore, I think. 5
Was
minutes.
Jimmy on earlier? I didn't know he was on.
He's on right now. He'll be on for a while.
Oh, okay.
So I hate it when I compete with Jimmy Dore. It's just not fair.
Well, 10,000, 24, 220, 221,
Torstein's in lockdown in the capital of Greenland. They're already in lockdown. New Zealand was smart. They locked down really fast.
Greenland's having a heat wave, right? 19C, what is that?
19C.
Oh no, I think that was
Oh,
Antarctica.
that's COVID-19 in Greenland so far. They have 5 cases.
Oh.
Sorry.
And they're already in lockdown. Talk about smarty pants.
Yeah.
It's like, duh. I mean.
Oh, the United States cases are going through the roof at this point, and
Oh yeah, they are. I mean, I keep looking at it. It's like it's double what I looked at last time. It's like what the?
Oh, it
we
is.
might even
Where are
but
we
like
at
Italy.
now? It was 55. That was 61,000.
It was 61 when we did the show earlier.
Yeah, it was 61 when we did the show earlier. What is it now? I got to see. I'm gonna pull up my little appy pill and see what it says. I don't know how accurate it is for U.S. cases.
Doing the math, like I said earlier, the way we're tracking, if it keeps growing at the rate that it has for the past 20 days, we should be close to 200,000 by Monday.
Probably. Poppy says, everyone I watch on YouTube, Demosphere, is having headaches. Are we being censored? Surely not.
So I have
really
some numbers.
Yeah, we're being censored.
Call me Shirley.
There's 1,035 deaths in the United States, 68,000 plus cases.
Oh my God, 68,000. That's 7,000 in what, 5 hours?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Italy's at 74,000 cases, so we are just climbing the ladder.
Yeah, we'll be passing Italy and China really, really soon because they haven't done shit. They haven't done shit.
No, and he's downplaying it. I mean, I don't really want to get into that, but shit. You used to like let's get it open at Easter. It's like, all right.
Yeah, just open everything up in the middle of a freaking pandemic from hell. Patman fan is here. Hello,
hey.
Patman fan.
I brought a woman with me.
You did? Nice. Hello.
This is my wife, Jamie.
Is it Miss Batman? Batman fan?
No.
Mrs. Batman fan?
She's a horror queen.
Nice.
All the horror stuff that I've shown you is hers.
Oh, nice.
All the masks.
Oh,
I like it.
Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
She's also an amazing singer, which I've told you guys about before. So,
nice.
Quick plug: go to her website, jamiecoon.com, COON, or her YouTube channel, and check out some of her music. We were gonna try and have her play a couple songs for you tonight, but her guitar player had a tummy ache,
sick.
So,
oh, bummer.
Maybe next week.
Yeah, we get a rain check, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you.
That's Oz, by the way, the lovely lady there.
Oh yeah, I love your hair.
It's Ozzy Harriet.
I don't get to twirl my hair very often. It's only on these rare occasions.
I was kind of going for that, trying to.
Is that from the Vince Neil collection?
Yeah, no, it's Rod Stewart or Joe Dirt. Take your pick.
Oh, there you go, Joe Dirt.
I like the Joe Dirt, but I love that show. I thought it was so funny. I mean, it is, or U.S. is like the dark horse in the back about to take the lead. Yeah. Exactly.
It's a contest if you didn't know it. So
sorry, there was a horse comment I had to read. It's like there's like I can't see nothing until I see horses. I'm like, oh, horses. So if you really want to get my attention in the chat, put a horse on there.
Nice.
Dang, that's how my mind works. Horse. What? Horse? It's like for some people, shiny thing.
There you go. Put a horse in the chat if you want to be noticed.
There you go. That helps.
Yeah. Hopefully, Oz and I are going to start doing some live streaming too. Hopefully, we just did a thing together about an hour ago. That was pretty fun.
I can't wait to see it.
He got his yah-yahs out about Tulsi.
Okay.
I got that off.
Oh, we're gonna go to Tulsi.
Now I can move on. I can't just sit down and not say anything. And as much as I appreciate Tulsi,
oh man, don't mention warm cookies. My daughter just baked cookies just now, and I haven't had one yet, and they're still warm. I'm gonna miss out.
What kind of cookies?
Chocolate chip.
Oh, yum! I'm partial to oatmeal raisin. I'm one of those. So.
Oh, I don't like raisins. I like oatmeal chocolate chip. That's the bomb.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorites too.
That's the very best. Forget the raisins. Just ixnay the raisins and put some chocolate chips in there, and we're good.
Yeah.
Also, my cousin raises and trains horses in Aiken, South Carolina. Love them. I know. I love horses. I love my ponies. My ponies are the best.
I don't know. Did Pat and Jamie catch the latest updated numbers in the United States?
No, I did not.
Oh yeah, Whitney, you got to read that again. What was it?
68,000.
So it was like 68,000 plus. I want to say it was 68,500,000. 68,500 plus, and then about 1,035 have died in the United States. Let me see.
That's not a lot. I mean, yet.
Well, since nobody's getting tested.
Yeah, since no one's getting tested, and a lot of people have probably died from viral pneumonia or just flu, natural causes that they're not testing to, they're not. I mean, that problem has happened in other states. But for the world, I mean, in 2 days, we've went from like 200,000 cases to 471, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
So
and
400. I'm kind of 1,000. Like we were at 200, like 181 or something 2 days ago, and now we're at 471,000.
Right.
It's like what the.
Yeah,
I wouldn't worry about it, guys. The government's on top of it, and the media is going to keep us well informed.
It's going to go away magically in the summer.
Problem.
Yeah, no, right? By Easter.
Yeah, by Easter. A couple weeks. You won't even know it happened. A couple weeks, we're good. Right?
I can't get over that. Chris, we did your show, what, about 5 hours ago, max?
Mm-hmm.
And it was at 61, and now it's at 68.
Mm-hmm.
7,000 in 5 hours. So 200,000 by next Monday. That's my math. 2,000 or more. So
could very well be. But yeah, we're going to just open everything up again.
Yeah. Easter egg hunt, egg toss, all that stuff on the White House lawn.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll hide the cure in eggs, in brightly colored eggs.
Yeah,
and
brightly colored eggs.
We will let the kids go find it, and that'll be lovely.
Just find that gold egg with the big T on it for Trump Tower. That's
that is an egg in that.
Yeah.
Find the Trump egg.
Find the Trump egg. Oh, you're looking at him.
Victory over the invisible enemy. Yeah. Sure betcha. Governor's on top of it in a missionary position.
There you go. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm good. I'm happy to see Chris Foster here. It is so early in the morning there. I can't believe.
Hi, Chris. Yeah.
because he's there from Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
Joining us from Yorkshire.
Sure.
Yorkshire. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll probably pronounce it wrong.
Yeah, I'm
San
kidding.
Antonio, first case in Del Rio, flew into San Antonio and drove to Del Rio. That's a nice long way. Plenty of stops to pee and eat. We're food bar. Yeah, we are fucked up beyond recognition for sure. For sure. I don't know. I'm in small town, tiny little town. In our county, we have 3 cases. 2 of them are in my town, so kind of scary.
Man. And you just got tested, right, Chris?
Yes, I just got tested.
But you said there was something you might, the sample might not be viable by the time they get around to testing it?
Yeah, because they have a huge backlog. They don't have enough materials to test. So once they get the materials to test it, those tests might not be viable. Like they might not be accurate anymore. So that's kind of scary. That happened to one person um, who was at the hospital and got tested and kept getting tested, and they said it was negative, but then they said there was an error, and then they said it was positive, and then they sent him home, and then there was just all this confusion, and it was because of the backlog of tests. Because Utah is in the middle of the country, they're not sending us test kits and all the materials needed to test things. So,
well, our healthcare system is pretty shaky at best during normal circumstances. I can attest to that, having been in the hospital multiple times over the past years. I mean, they sent me home prematurely when I was first diagnosed with diabetes, and I had to immediately go back in. And like, I mean, it's a night. The last time I was in, I blocked it out of my memory. It was a nightmare. So, I mean, I haven't ever felt like I was in completely capable hands when I was in the hospital. Not, just depends on, it could vary the staff that you have that day. And like the doctor I had last time saw me literally for 2 days that I was in there. I'm not exaggerating, a total of less than 3 minutes.
really? Because I was really pleased with the doctor I seen when I went, but
Well, you're lucky.
She's the doctor I've seen. Actually, the only one I'd ever call my primary caregiver, because only doctor I've ever seen more than once, honestly, except for my foot doctor and my orthopedic surgeon, but general practitioner type of thing. But she was great, and they were so careful. They were super careful about how they handled everything, and I had to get blood tests for my other condition because it has the same symptoms. So I could very well it could just be the other condition that's acting up and not COVID. So I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of this with the medical professionals that I go to see for sure. My mom has a little better luck, but she has a lot of good physicians at the town she lives in. But still, it took her years before they were able to hone in on what was going on with her. And we definitely do not have like a comprehensive sort of approach to health.
Poppy's wondering how I got a test. I was actually quite surprised myself, actually. I went into the doctor yesterday? It was yesterday, right? That's when I did it. Yeah, it was yesterday. I went into the doctor just for a normal checkup because I've been sick for a long time and my boss wanted me to go back to work and I didn't want to go back to work because I was still sick and they're telling you to stay home if you're sick. I still had a fever. So I went into the doctor and yeah, still had a fever. My blood pressure shot up. I've never had high blood pressure in my entire life. Suddenly, high blood pressure, and shortness of breath. I don't have like the full capacity to take a full lung full of air in. So, she noticed that, and anyway, I did not expect to get the test. I did not at all, but she's like, well, we can test you for flu and strep. I'm like, I don't have flu or strep. She says, I know, but we have to test those and make sure they're negative before we give you the COVID test. So anyway, I'm like, okay, fuck, do it. Whatever. And I swore like that too. That's exactly like I'm gonna have to pay for this, right? Yes, you're gonna have your insurance will have to pay for it or however that works. And like, oh crap, this sucks. Okay, all right, I guess we'll do it. So yeah, they stuck the swabs up my nose. It hurts like a bastard. I also have a severe sinus infection. That's part of my issue. That could be causing the fever. That could be causing some breathing issues. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that happened. They gave me the test. I was so surprised. But no, I'm not relative. They're opening up to more people. That doesn't mean they're going to be able to process the test, from what I found out recently. So we'll see. See if that happens.
I have a question. Question.
Question?
Did anybody by any chance make happy hour with Joe Biden tonight? The virtual roundtable? I'm interested if anybody
Was
made.
there something in Joe Biden?
There was
Does
actually.
anyone here follow Joe Biden?
Yeah, well, you know me. I've gotta have my legs. I'm knee deep in this crap, and it is crap.
It is
Joe
crap.
Biden, you're invited to happy hour with Joe Biden, a live virtual roundtable on the issues
Good
young
Lord.
Americans care about. Unbelievable.
On a dead or alive and tested on. Aren't those VidMed calls fun? I've done those before. I like those better than the other way. We got a call a day. The doctor will call us and talk over the Metaphone line. No appointments there as far as May 2020. Wow.
Wow.
I think I'd have the same problem if I lived in a bigger town, but I live in a little teeny town. Like, it's once, well, we just got our second stoplight, just barely. So it's a small town, little bitty. And I love my little clinic that's just like right around the corner from me. It's so convenient and so nice. And the people at the office, they know who you are. It's really cool. Even though I've only been there like 3 times my entire life, they still know who I am. It's kind of cool. I'm sorry you're in for 30 grand. Our President Trump says to go get a medicine which turns out to be toxic. I know. Hopefully doctors don't get patients that stuff. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but yeah, hopefully doctors are not that stupid.
Are you talking about the guy that? Are you talking about the guy that drank the fish scaling
I
medicine?
don't know. I
That
thought he
was
was talking about the
That's what happened to that guy in Arizona.
quine. I can't even
yeah.
say it.
Yeah, quinine, the
Quinine. Yeah, that.
malaria medicine. Yeah.
Um,
And does that test? Anthony Davis wants to know the test results take 3 days, right?
yeah. Well, it's supposed to take 2 days, but my doctor said it's been a lot longer than that. So she said it's probably going to be more like 4 days.
Because there's no back
And now that they're testing more people, I think it's going to be even longer than that. But we will see. And I'm off work till it's done. So, and I'm getting paid for it. Thank God.
Good.
At least until the test is done. But I can't go to work anyway till I'm not sick. What was I seen a question I wanted to answer.
So,
oh my God, I can't return to
I have
that.
a question for you too. Is it true, or do you know, that if Trump does lift this thing on Easter, all these benefits are going to go by the wayside? Is that true?
That's an interesting thought. Well, if he lifts the national emergency declaration, a lot's going to be pulled out from under everybody, I think.
Yeah, that's going to make him a little less popular if he does that.
I don't think he could be. I mean, he's pretty fucking stupid, but I hope he's not that stupid. Oh, where'd Pat go?
He's there. He's just.
Trudeau just announced that anyone who has lost income because of this will get $2,000 a month. That's nice.
I'm moving to Canada.
Yeah, let's all move to Canada. They're probably putting up their border wall as we speak.
Yeah, I would.
People are amazingly uneducated about anything related to science or medical things. Well, I know I'm not educated. I don't claim I'm not going to sit there and say, I know all this scientific stuff. I'm not a scientist. Let's listen to the scientist, the actual scientist, and not pretend to be a scientist yourself unless you actually are one and not a crackpot that pushes solar minimum bullshit crap like that. He's been exposed in self-isolation. Who has? Oh, yeah. He's been exposed. I know he's in self-isolation, but what happened? What happened with Trudeau?
Yeah.
He was in self-isolation, wasn't he?
His wife had it.
Yeah.
So
Never
he's
understood.
Prince Charles has it now.
Oh yeah, we mentioned that earlier, and like basically, like back in the day, right? The plagues and stuff. I know this is different, but it affects every level of society, and even if you're a prince.
Okay,
Well,
Poppy says malaria is caused by an organism, CV by an RNA virus. So yeah, I'm sure the same fucking drug will work. It might. I don't know. I mean, there are some people that say it does work, but they want to test it first. I don't know about the toxicity. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So don't ask me that. Yeah, there's crackpots that rule the world. Okay, go ahead, guys. It's 8 o'clock, so let's. I don't know. Try to end this on it. This show just went to shit in a handbasket because.
Yeah, when Ozzy Harriet came in.
No, it's just because I think it's just YouTube fucking with me, and no one was in the chat. Nobody was here. I don't feel good, and I'm just trying to. I had no chance to even get a plan down for today, so.
I was running behind. I was talking with
I
Progressive.
know you were doing lovely Pat Batman fan. I can't wait for him
Suzanne. So it's
to
like
stop.
everything going crazy. So anybody that wants to do a show, have me engineer it. Just reach out, let Christine know, and
I can hook you up if you know my email,
we'll do
which
it.
is just my name, thenaturalprogressive at gmail.com. So super, super easy. Okay, everyone read some comments. Paul came in. I believe I already had the disease. I don't know how sure, but they had it back in February. You know what? I think a lot of people will have had it and then get over it by the time they get the opportunity to be tested. That's why I really like what Paul Beckwith said about testing for that just antibody to see if you had either had it or have it, and instead of just
Joey had a fact check on Paul too, by the way. She's pretty adamant about that because they had China closed before Chinese New Year. So what he was saying, and he said at the beginning to check his stuff because he wasn't 100% sure, but they closed. So you didn't have them infecting Italy after Chinese New Year. It was people prior to Chinese New Year that possibly infected Italy. So that's just a fact check, and we love
Joey for pointing that out.
we love Paul Beckwith, and we want to help where we can. So that's good.
Absolutely. I really enjoyed your live stream with Paul Beck. Thank you, Cindy.
Yeah, Cindy.
I'm about to fully get over it. Sorry about my squeaky voice. Don't make fun of me. It just goes that way. Yes, an antibiotic test is badly needed, but Hermit, thank you.
Yeah.
Do we have an echo on it, guys?
It's a good echo.
Yeah, I don't hear an echo. Yeah, the show with Beckwith was great. Thank you, Veg. I missed you.
Sorry, my phone died, so.
Oh, it's okay. You better come on Monday too. So. And Vegematic and Paul, man, you can come on anytime too. Just ask for the link because we love you on here.
Bring it on,
Pretty much. Most of it, I can't read. My head hurts. I can't see anymore. I was in healthcare, was exposed to it, and we're currently exposed to it. Can't be avoided.
Let's see if I can find that.
I believe that. I mean, that's why I took all those N95 masks that I had and unopened packages to my local clinic because I want them to be safe. So great, good to know sound is okay. All right, you guys, read comments and let's get down. I'm tired. I don't know about you guys, but this is my second live stream today, so I'm a bit tired and pooped, and I have a fever still, and yeah, stuff like that. I'm done. Guys, want to read a comment or two?
It just says no echo, echo, echo. Sound is okay.
Well, that's good. No echo, echo, echo. Chris Foster, you are hilarious. You finally make it. It's like the worst show I've ever done in my life. I'm sorry. Well, it's not the worst one. I take that back. I've had some pretty bad ones in the beginning. Many escaped the lockdown and left the nation from other regions at the end of January. Well, that's exactly what's happening in New York. People are escaping New York and spreading it all over hell too, right?
Yeah.
So,
Anthony Davis, this is a good question. Have you seen any trains carrying military vehicles lined up for a mile or longer passing through your area?
I see that all the time.
Yeah.
But I live around 1 billion military bases. I mean, I haven't been out and about for a while, but I used to see it all the time. But they were having live ammunition tests um, here locally. And they're
Yeah.
like, don't worry, those bombs you hear, they're just the military practicing. What are
Yeah.
you
Wow.
practicing for? The war is against a virus. You can't bomb it out of existence. Fucking idiots.
Yeah, Paul's right. People, I wrote an article about this yesterday. People who work in supermarkets, likely those in health
People, oh
have
man.
exposed. Yeah, I mean that's getting freaky. You know,
My
it's
stepmom works at the checkout at Home Depot, and I freak out. I'm like, I hope she's wearing a mask. She's not wearing a mask. I hope she's wearing gloves. Not wearing gloves. Um,
yeah.
not cool. Not cool.
Not cool. I mean, just going and using the little card reader. I mean, we wore our surgical gloves and masks the other day, and it's like, what do I do now with my debit card? Do I put it back in my wallet, or do I drop it in a UV sanitation thing? I don't know what the heck's going on.
Oh no. What you do is well, if you have, okay, if you don't have wipes, keep a rag soaked in alcohol in a little plastic baggie. If you don't have wipes, and then use that to wipe off your card after someone else touches it, and then rub your hands with sanitizer.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I've got gloves on, but still the card's infected, right? So I need to
Yes.
clean the card.
So keep a little plastic baggie with a rag soaked in alcohol in it,
Yeah,
and then you can clean everything off with it.
that's nuts. That is just nuts.
Unless you have the wipes you can get. Think of all that disposable shit. There, cough at your.
Sorry, I know. Oh, I'm Joe Biden. Sorry.
You're home. You're good.
Not to cough, and it's futile.
It is
Okay.
futile. Sometimes you
Okay.
can't help it.
I think that goes in the tip jar, the swear jar. What
Oh,
cough in your
Chris.
hand?
Chris is
Contaminate.
off for a few weeks, so he may be on more. Cool.
Good.
And you know what? You can also jump on the show. We did a test.
Yeah.
Hi, Paul. I was saying hi, Veggie. You should run a show.
Hey,
He's
Veg.
going to. Veg, if you want to do an actual show with a live show with people, Oz is your man. He can hook you up. Cough alert. COVID cough. I know. I've done that several times during the show. Like,
Yeah,
COVID
Oz,
cough, COVID cough.
we should tell everybody the Carlin is right idea. Carlin was right idea.
Yeah, yeah. Promote the show. Carlin was right. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna start since Oz and I both agree that George Carlin was pretty much right about everything.
Modern day prophet.
Started thinking and how his messaging is even more appropriate now. You know, in some ways, we were going to analyze take like once a week, analyze one of his bits or
That would be
observation.
great. That would be really fun.
And talk about how it applies to us now.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's definitely applicable to current times for sure.
Yeah, we might try and see if we can get a couple comedians to come on and stuff like that too. So
yeah, and Pat, you're awfully funny. I emphasize funny, not awfully, but you're very funny.
Okay.
I have my moments.
Veg, I will send you Oz's email. Okay.
Oh no. Who, me?
No, Veg.
Oh, sorry.
Just forward it. Have Veg send you an email and forward it to me.
I have Veg's email. I'll just
I'll
just connect you two. I'll just do a copy with both you guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Get
No
y'all
problem.
hooked up.
My dance card's filling up, so we got Pat on board
now
and several other ones. So that's great.
The more the merrier, as far as I can.
Let's do it. Keep us sane or not. So.
Exactly. Yeah, we want to try and do some music live streaming with Jamie too. So
I'm really looking forward to that. We're talking about the karaoke and
and even some in studio performances with Jamie.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
That'd be
Awesome.
Fun.
Yep.
Okay, guys, read some comments. We're supposed to be getting out of here. It's already almost 10 after.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's dumping outside. Oh, I hate
Yeah,
rain.
same here.
Okay, 80%. I'm reading Paul's comment there.
You're supposed to read them out loud.
I know. I was trying to. Yeah, sorry. I was
I have a handle feeling exposed.
saying. He said,
Oh, so you
I'm not
need
quite following it. He said 80% of those who contract the disease experience cold-like symptoms. That's good news. So that you're aware of it. I see 15% get pneumonia, and 1.1 to 5% death. I see.
Which can
Well,
go up if your healthcare system is overwhelmed. Plus, you'll
yeah.
other deaths that not related
Well,
to COVID.
yeah, and then people aren't. Yeah,
Okay.
the tests aren't available, and people under normal circumstances don't go to the doctor anyway because it costs them money. Man,
Yeah, Chris
you
Foster.
can't even you can't even get the test unless they suspect.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, it's hard to get the test. I was so shocked when they actually gave me the test. I was blown away. So I'm like taking pictures of it. Oh my God, this is happening.
They gotta approve you for the test. You go
Yeah.
online, fill out their
Because I have
form.
an underlying condition
Yeah.
and I had symptoms. That's why they gave me the test.
Chris Foster wants to know.
I mean, where does this go? Do we just keep? I mean, is the flattening the curve gonna work?
It's not going to work here. We're not doing anything. We're not flattening the curve. There's nothing enforced. People can go about their own business and do whatever the fuck they want. They're still going and hanging out with friends and partying and doing whatever. I don't know. Still getting together.
So, guys, another 10 people perished while we were talking since the last time in the United States.
They updated.
I mean, that's the life we live. It's like, 10 minutes went by. It's like another 50. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah. It's a hoax. It's a hoax. It's a hoax.
Yeah.
Jerks.
And
well,
that's
I know Jamie's from a town like. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alex.
No. Please go ahead. I was just gonna talk shit.
I like it when you talk shit.
Jamie's from Okima, Oklahoma, which is a small town like yours, Chris.
We don't even have a stoplight.
They don't even have a stoplight.
Oh my gosh!
So,
like when I moved in here, when we didn't have a stoplight.
So there's a lot of people there not taking it very seriously yet.
Well, they're starting to now, but unfortunately, their governor is like not really mandating anything, and
our governor's a joke.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. My mom is, luckily my mom is really on board and staying inside. I worry about her and my dad, but one of my sisters is just out and about, doesn't really care, doesn't think it. She's like, whatever, doesn't really take it seriously.
I haven't met too many people who
but our cousin's a doctor, so she's kind of keeping everybody informed in the family of what's going on behind the scenes, and it's pretty brutal.
Oh yeah,
sure.
How could it not be?
I mean, read that Facebook post that she made.
Who?
The one that said she warned everybody. That was her last. She said,
"Oh yeah,
don't say I didn't warn you." Basically,
yeah,
she's an ER nurse or
she's a doctor.
Oh, she's the doctor. Okay.
Yeah.
She was saying, don't basically telling everybody, don't say I didn't warn you. So that's never good to hear from a doctor.
Yeah, I mean, I think people are taking it serious here as far as they're hoarding food, and that makes absolutely no sense. I mean, they'll hoard food. They'll go to the grocery store and get in contact with all those other people hoarding food, stand in long lines, and touch all that stuff in the grocery store. And so they're not really concerned about the virus. They're just concerned about other people hoarding food before they can hoard the food.
Right.
So it's like so seriously stupid. I've been slowly putting aside extra food for months, and I've been telling everybody here to do the same. And God, when people are that stupid, just hoard it. It's just be prepared. Have a couple weeks. That's all you really need.
Yeah, Book Hermit says docs are under a lot of stress. Yeah, they are. Yeah. So all the frontliners are. The law enforcement, the fire and safety. I mean, grocery clerks, trucking industry. Everybody is stressed to the max. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're not, I mean, the system wasn't structured to deal with this. Any kind of disruption was has ramifications, but we didn't make any provisions for this kind of thing happening. So any kind of thing like this always catches us with our pants down.
Yep.
It's because the people that are driving the truck are fucking lunatics, and they just keep going towards the cliff.
So much for free market capitalism. Add in a pandemic, what do you have?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be carried to its logical conclusion one way or another. I think we were talking about that earlier. I mean, they don't have any incentive to help us.
No,
because their needs are met, and in a crisis, they can fucking hop on a private jet and go somewhere else, I mean, it doesn't affect, the news reporters and the elites at all. So, or in minimal ways. So there's
I would think the news reporters, the news reporters, the ground crews, and those teams might be a little bit hesitant, and they're.
I mean, I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not like they really do any investigative reporting anyway.
Yeah.
But I mean, the fruit ones that sit behind their
right.
Desks and
but they're in the same paradigm. They're in that same dichotomy of people, and that increases their chance of catching stuff, right? So. Yeah, I mean, they think they might be insulated, but they really aren't.
Well, I mean, but they also can go to a top doctor, I'm sure. And
they get their tests when they want them. High profile people, sure. Yeah, the money talks and poorness walks. So that's just the way.
Okay, you're missing all these great comments. No, not that you guys aren't making great chat. Oh my gosh, you guys.
Paul, yeah, they forgot to watch The Invisible Hand of Capitalism. That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's
and Veg says, nice to see all here. It helps us with all the stress, and it does. This is my family. This is, and doesn't matter if I'm isolated from the rest of the world. These are my peeps right here. So I appreciate it. Really do.
Yeah, keep us from losing our minds completely.
Yeah, Bizarre makes a good point. We're over the cliff, but who knows the height?
Yeah, that's great.
Good. Yeah, good statement, Bizarre. Yeah, that was very appropriate. I forget who said that. Read it on Twitter. My sleeping pattern is all fucked up, so I basically sometimes wake up around nighttime in Norway right now. Then it's not too strange if I miss earlier shows. Okay, I get it. That's all right. He missed my Paul Beckwith interview, and he's usually the first one to my shows.
Yeah.
My live shows. So.
Well, yeah, the more content on social media, the better, because the garbage that we're used to watching on cable TV and satellite, they're down on production too. I mean, that's going to run out pretty soon. So.
Yeah. So much for having a short show.
I'm sorry.
Over an hour. Oh my gosh, my best friends are all on YouTube. Me too, Veg. Okay, you better make it Monday. I'm talking to you, Veg. And Osama. I've seen Osama chat in the last few minutes. And Paul, I'll send you a link too.
I'm dying to hear Jamie sing.
I know, me too.
Yeah, it was a bummer because we were getting ready to go over to the studio, and we were gonna give you guys a couple songs, but
my guitar player got sick, or he's got a stomach issue. So.
You need to take us out with songs once in a while.
Yeah, really.
Yes, we could. I'm very tired, Veg. Thank you.
You can take one of the videos off her channel Oz and play it at the end of the show if you're so inclined. That'd be you can.
Yeah, we're not play. I'm not streaming from my platform, but
gotcha. Yeah. Well, we'll make sure that we make that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely do that. Love to do that. And yeah, there's all kinds of possibilities out there. So if you want to have Doomosphere poetry, and that's good too. Thing about the impending doom, we can poetry. I'm big on that. Love poetry. Love recitals.
Okay, I am tired, you guys.
We can, and if anybody has any interest in karaoke, I guess you can either contact me or Oz. We're trying to set up a live stream for that because I'm jonesing to do some karaoke myself.
Yeah, I can't wait.
It's been a while.
We used to go out. We had this great bar down the street. Actually, you could see the bar that we go to in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood when Brad Pitt, the Manson girls, in his car.
Yeah.
That's the karaoke bar in the background there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but it was a great way to go and blow off steam. But now,
Yeah, if you can do the Masked Singer thing with the karaoke, like I'm going to be doing Rod Stewart,
Nice.
that'll be great. So
her friend does the Rod's. Well, she did the hair for Rod Stewart's band. Actually, Rod has his own guy, but she did the rest of it.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know if that's cool or not, but
that's cool, man. I could tell you some stories.
Poetry is doom.
Now, didn't you say, Pat? Didn't you say that you were a roadie for Barry Manilow at one time?
That was a lie. That was not a roadie. No, I was not.
I'm going to pin that to you, man. That's going to be great.
No.
Very
No,
nice.
don't do it.
No. I helped my boss to sound for Quiet Riot one night.
Oh, there you go.
The late 90s, long after their due date. No, I mean, no. I have a degree in audio engineering and did a lot of studio and live work and a lot of Jamie stuff. And I was a show manager at the Improv for like 5 years. So that's sort of my background in a nutshell.
Lots of fun. I saw Van Halen when they did their first tour. So that's where I'm at.
Nice.
Jealous.
Jump is one of the songs I carry. One of my karaoke songs. So.
Right on. I've been trying to get Running with the Devil down, but I don't think it's quite appropriate right these days. So.
You can't get that. Yeah, he does that. He used to have that scream he could do where it was like split octave.
The guy with the fancy hair.
I think he burned those chords out. So
that's Oz. It's
my God,
Ozzy Harriet.
Go to check out his hard rock or whatever shows he's doing in Vegas now. David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jason Bourne reference.
I am
tired, Veg. I am going to go to sleep as soon as I possibly.
Sounds like you want to close out for tonight.
I am so tired. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you look good.
I look like shit.
Are you asking that? Is Paul asking that question to you, Jamie? I'd like to ask your thoughts on hearing yourself sing on tape. Do you instinctively shudder like most people do?
Most people do.
Yeah. I don't really care to hear myself sing. I love to do it. It's weird. I know it makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah. Well, Pat and I were talking about that earlier. I can't stand my voice. I can't stand.
I don't know. I used to not sing for that reason, but then once I started learning, especially once I started recording people singing and stuff like that, I realized just how crappy most people are at singing. So it's really just a confidence thing more than anything.
I suck at singing, but I've done it. I've karaoke'd hundreds of times, even though I suck at it and I have a horrible voice. But I've done
fun.
it. It is fun. I don't care how bad your voice is. It's fun as long as you're with a bunch of fun people who don't give a shit and cheer you on anywy.
I drink a lot before we karaoke, so.
Yeah, you have to drink a lot if you have a bad voice.
When she does karaoke, though, people are like, "Whoa, okay, she's the real thing." Like I'm pretty good. I've gotten a lot better, and a lot of that, like I said, is confidence. But like she's got her own voice. You know what I mean? Like when you hear her sing, it's all her.
I just fake it.
I'm interpreting, but she's got her own voice.
Paul karaoke's too. There you go. Paul karaoke's. Paul McGinn.
Nice.
You got some members already.
Thing is like dancing. You should just do it for the joy of it. Gene, I agree. I think so.
Exactly, Gene. 100%. Yeah, Paul. I would pay money to have you do karaoke. That'd be awesome.
So much fun. So much fun. Yeah, we'll have to figure out how to. Yeah, or you and I
we could
do the karaoke show or whatever. We'll bring everybody together. Bring everyone together. Because that's what we do. All right, guys.
Why not?
Are you guys
Why
done?
not?
When you were children, we sang, danced, created art, made up stories without giving a shit about what people thought. We thought we were
Exactly.
wonderful when we were kids. If we could just hold on to that, non-judgmental of yourself and non-judgmental of others. If we could just be that way still, wouldn't the world be so great?
Be the ball, Danny.
I
Be the
think
ball.
be the ball. Okay. All right, guys. Seriously. If y'all don't stop, I can't leave. Torture. Sleep is a form of death, really. You cannot control the naughty.
Wasn't that Poe that said
Hi, Keith Hayes. Sweet Caroline is a good karaoke.
little slices of death?
Sweet Caroline. Okay,
Oh,
don't make me sing. Okay.
Hey, Neil or
I
Nelly.
love Neil Diamond, though.
Yeah, I do
Dang
too.
it. Sorry.
We Are the World. Oh my God. All right, as long as I can do the Huey Lewis part, then sure.
Oh, We Are the World. We feel about the Dems. Okay, don't start us on a new topic bio. Mr. Late Buddy Dude today. Sing a song I want to hear y'all sing. No, I don't know any songs these people
Perfect
know.
harmony, grow apple trees and honey bees.
I don't know the words.
I would do it if I could figure it out how to do it right now.
We'll figure it out, man. Let's get it going. That sounds like fun. Like I said, I just don't want to get pulled.
Next time,
I
guys.
love my rendition of the Love Boat theme.
The Love Boat.
Yeah, I can see.
Great.
That's
Great.
probably you all over. I can't wait to do my Diana Ross impression for everybody.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. You have a different wig for that one?
Yeah, I sure do. I've actually got a Rachel Maddow wig, but I just don't know what to sing.
Nice.
Sweet Caroline. Okay, they're singing Sweet Caroline and
yeah, earworm.
Not touching you.
Neil Diamond just did some.
Everyone's singing Sweet Caroline in the chat. No, everyone's missing it.
Well, he just recorded a version of it about washing your hands or something. I didn't quite watch it yet.
Forever in Blue
Almost
Jeans.
Heaven, West Virginia. That's.
Oh yeah, that's John Denver. Can't go wrong with John
It was
Denver.
a Colorado guy with the glasses.
John Denver.
Yes, him.
Rocky Mountain High in Colorado.
Like a virgin.
Yeah, I
Like a
can't even
virgin.
sing like him. This shouldn't die online. Thank you, Poppy. I'll try not to. Oh, Madge, no, we're not doing like a virgin. Hell no, fuck that.
No, I'd try that one.
Okay, go ahead.
As long as I could get dressed up with the whatever.
How about Vogue?
Get a pointy bra.
I'm leaning more towards Lady Gaga, so
Sleep by little babies. Yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah,
No, not having it all. Okay, you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys.
Feel better.
King of the road.
Thank you.
King of the road. Yeah. Okay. Good one, Gazar. I like King of the Road. I love old trucker songs. They're kind of fun. All right, guys. Love you guys. We're really good at touch last time.
Look at this.
Bye, Bruce. Okay,
long,
you guys are
Skipper.
too funny. I gotta go. It's like a half an hour past the time the show's supposed to end. Love you guys. Have a very good night, and we will see you very latest Monday. I might pop on Friday. You never know.
Feel better.
Might do a Friday freak out. Say bye.
Bye.